This first question comes from Alan Gunn 97. What is my favorite soundtrack or score? Pulp Fiction. Next questions come from Cali Critic Reviews. Worst movies I've ever seen. Some of these might be recent to you guys, but ones that come to mind are Skyline, This Means War, Bucky Larson, Jack and Jill, basically anything Adam Sandler might have anything to be affiliated with. This question I really like. I don't know if many of you guys know this, but I love SNL. I've always been a huge fan of SNL. And his question is, will I still watch SNL since Kristen Wiig, Jason Sudeikis, and Andy Samberg are supposedly going to be leaving after this season? Yes, of course I will still watch. I'm a diehard fan of SNL. Yes, it hasn't always been on its A game. Yesterday's episode was with Sofia Vergara was just really weird and I don't know, sort of awkward. But I still will watch it because that's how much of a diehard fan I am. I mean, people have been trashing SNL for a while, and I've still stuck by it. So why should I quit now? Even though some of my favorite cast members are leaving, like Jason Sudeikis. And my favorite movie of the year so far is 21 Jump Street. Next questions come from SawFan101. What is my favorite action film? That's a really extremely hard question for me. There's a lot of action films I really love, but one that comes to mind that I personally love, it might not be like the greatest action movie ever made, but one that I absolutely adore, and that's The Transporter with Jason Statham. So good. Such a really awesome action film. Favorite horror film? This is pretty easy to me. I mean, there's a couple really recent favorites that I can choose, but that doesn't come close to Scream. I love Scream. Favorite album of all time? Really good question. A really difficult one, too. Of course, Nirvana's Nevermind is definitely one of the runners-up. I used to listen to Weezer's Blue album, Green Day Dookie. I listen to a lot of albums, guys. LCD Sound System, This Is Happening. A lot of different music. Loud albums. Definitely one that I can listen to over and over again. It's like a perfect album to me, over multiple listens, and that's Pinkerton by Weezer. Actually, my camera, if you guys can see this, my camera's like this, it's the cover of Pinkerton. I guess that's sort of cool. And his last question was, what's my favorite TV show? Parks and Recreation. Definitely right now, shows that are on Parks and Recreation. The next questions come from Media Lover 2011. What's my favorite film of the decade? I am assuming that you mean 2000 to 2009. A close second would be 500 Days of Summer, and these two could change, but my favorite, as of now, probably Donnie Darko. I love that movie. Most underrated film, one of my favorite comedies of the past decade. I know a lot of people hate this movie, Observe and Report. Fucking love that movie. Overrated film, American Pie. Don't get me started. Favorite director, Quentin Tarantino, no doubt. My favorite movie is Pulp Fiction. And if I would have to choose seconds, it would probably be Wes Anderson, Kevin Smith, Martin Scorsese. The huge. Favorite comedy, Superbad. The next questions come from the MacDown88. Favorite Christopher Nolan film, The Dark Knight. Movie I can watch over and over again and never get sick of, The Social Network. Favorite comic book movie, The Dark Knight. Really. Favorite movie experience, I actually saw Inception at midnight, at the midnight showing back on July 16th, 2010, and that was some exhilarating experience for me. The crowd was huge, and it was my first midnight show, and it was awesome. Next questions come from my good friend T Blackjacks 1, Griffy Griff, and his questions were worst movie experience. Mainly, I have to go with my friend Brandon Let's Talk Movies, and he said that the worst movie experiences are for movies that he hates, and that I'm totally with him there. Probably Skyline, because that was like the first time in my life where I just got excessively angry. I mean, if you can go on my channel, I uploaded my Skyline review like a year ago. You can watch that. Or Jack and Jill. Yeah. Mocha's favorite movie? Well, Mocha's favorite movie is obviously Inspector Gadget. Who's better, Matthew Broderick or Chelsea Handler? They're both fucking terrible! The next question comes from Least Like Critic 75. Most hyped up comic book film of 2012. He said either The Avengers, Spider-Man, or Dark Knight Rises. I'm really excited for Spider-Man, but gotta go with The Dark Knight Rises. He's my homeboy. The next questions come from Die Hard Alien. I get it because you have 2 movie titles. You're so clever. Underrated superhero flicks. The one that comes to mind is last year's Super. I thought that movie was really underrated. Worst films of 2012 so far are This Means War, Seeking Justice, Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance. Was the Break with Steven Dorff. He was really good in it, but that movie was awful. And Safe House with Denzel Washington. Oh. Out of all the videos I've ever done, what's one am I so proud of? New York Film Academy Awards. I mean, I know that might sound as a joke, but no, I worked really hard on those. Everyone who's a part of the New York Film Academy totally worked hard for this award show, and it actually turned into something gorgeous. It was a gorgeous baby that I conceived with Brandon. Yeah, only Brandon. There was multiple people involved, but Brandon's a sexy bastard. The next question comes from Mr. Triple Creamsicle, and his question was favorite shows. He put it plural, so I have to say all my favorite shows. Parks and Recreation, Loiter Squad, Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule, regular show Hard Times of R.J. Berger, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Louie, Daria, Hell's Kitchen, Silent Library, South Park, Family Guy, well, old Family Guy. The Family Guy sucks now. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Party Down, The Office, How I Met Your Mother, Rocko's Modern Life, SNL, Workaholics, all that. Hey Arnold, American Dad, Happy Endings, Bob's Burgers, Futurama, Freaks and Geeks, That 70s Show, Community, Invader Zim, Adventure Time, The IT Crowd, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Modern Family, Boy Meets World, Drake and Josh, and Rugrats. Next question comes from Boys Don't Cry 96, and favorite random mine? Well, Anthony, of course. Do I like fish sticks? Yeah, I like fish sticks. So yeah. That's a weird question. Filmmaker I would work with, Wes Anderson, like totally. And his last question was, what? Oh, I get it now. Let's Talks Movies is the last guy who asked me some questions. He's my sexy friend. Do I like fish? Yeah, I like fish sticks. You got a problem with that? Fave skeleton, Anthony. Yeah, you got a skeleton. Yeah, it's Anthony. Favorite director of photography of a YouTube short film about Blockbuster? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. Oogity boogity boo! And what film would I direct a sequel to? You know, I would direct a sequel to anything, and then after it, I would put Electric Boogaloo.